Hey guys, Dabu7. We have a bit of a warning here out of the UK, as we have a former expert here at the Bank of England warning the bank that the UK must plan for a financial crisis that could be triggered here at any moment when the United States announces the existence of another life form. Helen McCall served as a senior analyst in financial security at the UK's central bank. She has wrote to Andrew Bailey, the Bank of England's governor, urging him to set out contingency plans in case the White House divulges all this information. Now, she worked there for 10 years and said the politicians and bankers can no longer afford to dismiss talk of alien life, if you will, and warned that a declaration of this nature could trigger massive bank collapse. And it really could be the one big thing that puts all the reset into motion. You need the entire globe to reset. This would be something that affects everyone. Now, she reportedly said the United States government appears to be partway through a multi-year process to declassify and disclose information on the existence of technology coming from an advanced non-human intelligence. She goes on to cite the UAPs, all the videos dropped, and we've covered this. For crying out loud, they showed us they hit a freaking UFO or UAP with a Hellfire missile, blew it to pieces, and all the pieces kept flying. With the main part, there's something going on here. We're on the cusp, I believe, of that big announcement here at any time. And it will be Trump that comes out and makes this. They just made it clear. They're waiting on the U.S. to do it. It will be us. We're the ones at the forefront of doing this. And when it happens, it really could set everything into motion for a reset. So we're not the only ones out here. You have experts in the banking field out here warning about this event and that people must prepare because people are going to freak out. Well, this is what it is. Regardless, we know that this is the fallen and that the governments are in cahoots with them and that they're already here. But the masses, how will they react when this information is broke? That's what it's all about. Join me for the live streams going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, talking about this in greater detail. Hope to see you there. Much love.
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. It's your brother, Bahayar or War, coming to you from Tulsa, Oklahoma, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Ra Kadash, which in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue is the correct name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you sister brothers living in truth, and shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Woo, you just heard from the whistleblower, Yasharala Dabu 77. These devils about to give up the game, man. And why are they doing this? Because this is what we said on the highway and hedges. Esau, Edom, and when I say Esau, Edom, I'm talking about the so-called white nation, their kingdom is done. They out of here. You know, so they're ready to go into the new system, which is a B system, where the MOTB will be made mandatory, or RFID microchip, in order to prove your citizenship. They're already now talking about you got to show your papers. You got military troops running around talking about show me your papers, you know, ICE. So by that clip we just heard, they're getting ready to pull off a big old psyop. They tried to, you know, do the C-19 again. They couldn't get no legs, so they can't do that no more. So now these devils are desperate. So now they got a code for a fake alien invasion. And what I believe through the spirit is that the chariots is going to show themselves. Yahweh Shah is about to pop on the scene. So what does Esau Edom got to do? He got to spin the narrative and say that's aliens and try to get you to fight against your power. And this is the Bank of England saying that. Financial collapse. Because that's what's going to like spark everything into a hard reset is when that dollar fails. And the Bank of England is one of them city-states. The 3 city-states that you got. You know, you got the Vatican City, where the Roman Catholic Church is at, and the Pope, where they spit out their false religion. Then you got the Bank of England, where they rinse all their money through. All the money goes through the Bank of England, which is a city-state. And then you got the Washington District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, which is the sword. And that's how Esau ruled, by false religion, money, and the sword. Now he's starting to see those three things don't work anymore. So he needs a false narrative to cover the collapse of his kingdom, because the financial system is collapsing. The false religion, we done blew that out the water. They're spitting out the truth. You know, the prophets. Only thing he got left to hold him down is the sword, and that's getting weak. Babylon the Great, America's military spread too thin. Too many battlefronts. That's just how ancient Rome went down. That's how they gonna go down. So what this devil gonna do? Oh, we gotta throw out a false narrative, man, to cover up this collapse, so people don't think that we ain't got the juice no more. We gonna blame it on some aliens. That's what the devil gonna do. And watch these dummies in the world eat it up. Watch them eat it up, y'all, Sherrod. Just like they ate up the C-19. They gonna eat it up. And that'll make people who's not rooted and grounded in the truth, you know, they'll be caught up in some false religion, because Esau gonna come with something new. I'll throw the Bible out. It didn't say nothing about aliens. It ain't fake. The aliens really the ones who created us. They created us from monkeys. You know, Esau throw a whole narrative out there. A whole story. Which is their strong delusion. Just to try to cover up the fact that, hey, bro, your kingdom is collapsing. You out of here. The culture you set up is failing. The baby birth is going down. Which I got a clip on that, but I'm going to go get a precept first. Because the Lord said that Babylon the Great, aka America, be destroyed, that was a declaration that would happen. And it was going to happen when the true gospel hits the four corners of the earth. So this is Revelation 14:6, and it says, I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel, to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. And that's happening. This truth done hit everybody, man. Whether they heard it or forbear, that's on them. Verse 7, saying with a loud voice, fear Yahweh, and give glory to him. For the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and sea and the fountains of waters. Verse 8, and there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. You peep that? So Babylon the Great, not the ancient one, but the new one, Mystery Babylon, the virgin daughter Babylon, is slated for destruction, and we're witnessing that right now. And why is it being destroyed? Because all the wickedness, man. This devil done spread wickedness. I mean, this galore. You got the LGBT movement. This devil here ravishing people. I'm hearing ISIS ravishing people. There's military troops running around. They're unaliving Jakes, which is short for Jacob, another nickname for Israelites. Unaliving them. And it's got the whole country just set on wickedness, man. The whole world. Salaki, the whole world is set on wickedness. Got everybody chasing money, being devoid of righteousness. Especially Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great is full of a country of narcissists, man. Everybody got narcissism. And you can see that they got the iPhone. It's all about me, 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 me. That's why ain't no love out here, man. The love of many have done waxed cold. Because iniquity done went all over the place. It's abound. So the Gen Z, they ain't grow up seeing no love like that. That's why they just so debased. Because the wicked is in rulership. So now the Lord is ready to correct that. But before our kingdom gets erected, this one has to be destroyed. And then the people, because Babylon the Great has been destroyed and they can see it happening, Esau got a great problem with that. He sees he's being replaced. His numbers is going down. That's nothing. You ain't got a lot of Edomites in the world like that. The Lord done made them a small group of people. And they're getting smaller every year. They on drugs. The curses is hitting them and it's eating them up alive. So they're trying to fight against Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai. And I'm like, man, that's going to be a losing battle. And you can tell because you got the lower layer illuminaries like Elon Muskie talking about they being replaced. They need to have more babies and do this and do that. That's why they're trying to peel back abortion. And I'm playing a clip about that, man. They got Tucker Carlson talking about it. They got a Canadian politician talking about it. Because Canada's worried about it. Europe, Australia, everywhere that they feel like they done conquered, they're becoming small amongst the other nations, and particularly Israelites. We have the birthright, so we are breeding them right out of existence by just, something as simple as having babies. So check it out. Now my phone want to act slow. Let's get it. Check it out. Here go the devil, Tucker Carlson, talking to another devil, and they are worried. Worried, y'all, Sharala.
This is the replacement theory, but
It was not a theory, it's a reality. The Canadian population, like the American population, the European population, replaced.
And when I'm speaking about mass immigration, people don't understand that last year in Canada, we had 1.3 million foreigners coming to our country for a country of 40 million people. That is mass immigration.
That's an invasion.
97% of the growth of our population last year was coming from mass immigration. The immigrants that are coming here, the foreigners that are coming to Canada, coming from countries that doesn't share our Western civilization values. This is the replacement.
So they're mad because now the nations are migrating to their country, and literally it's Esau's fault. You're doing war in the Middle East. Where else they gonna go? Where's Muhammad gonna go? You done blew up his country, you dumb devil. He has to migrate to your country. When they get over there, they breed them out. You look at Northern tribe Hispanics, breeding them out. Judah, breeding them out. Levi, your Haitians, breeding them out. That's part of that collapse right there. They don't have the people. They don't have the manpower. And it's truth. That's what's really overtaking this devil, man. This truth is starting to eat this devil up alive. Like straight Pac-Man. He's like, you don't share our Western values. Nah, we don't, man. We want to be righteous. Western values is built on being wicked. It's built on bloodshed, thievery. That's what it's built on. And they feeling it, man. Esau know he about to go. He see his kingdom collapsing, eroding. And then he see his people eroding. So when you go to Obadiah, in fact, you go to Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And they're fearing that because they know once Yahshua gets back in rulership, man, we're going to do unto them as they done unto us, but double up. And that's a great fear to Esau. That's why they're reacting the way they are. Because they don't want to go into captivity. And then when you go, they know you're going to be extinct. These devils, see, they already know what's going on. This Jake, 2/3 is a simple butt, don't know what's going on. But Salakia, Esau know what's happening. This devil got all kind of numbers, crunching numbers. They in they think tanks. They know what's happening. What's happening is biblical prophecy. When you go to Obadiah 1 and 18, it says, the house of Jacob should be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there should not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. So the devils know they about to go extinct. They can see it happening. You can see it happening, and it's been told in our Bible. It's been declared by Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, that you will go extinct. So these devils is going downhill real fast. Everything's collapsing. They can't even focus at the job no more. Them devils be like, they about to go somewhere and cry. Every time I see them, they can't focus. Then they done put Donald Trump in office, and he's just wrecking everything they built. Everything they built. So we over here, we praising the Lord, man. Call how long Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua for putting Donald Trump in office, because he's doing the heavy lifting for us. We ain't got to do nothing. Donald Trump going to destroy their kingdom. He about to collapse the whole monetary system. You hear what they said in that clip with Dabu? They want America to denounce the aliens. Because they want America to be the ones to go ahead and collapse the whole system and bring on the beast system. The digital money. So this place is through. You can tell it's through, man, by just looking at the people, man. They be buried in their phones, their tablets, stuck to a screen. They're not living life like they did in the 80s and 90s. I grew up during the 90s. We was outside living life. This new technology has replaced life. This devil trying to do robotics in order to keep his kingdom thriving. Why? Because he doesn't have the manpower. And he doesn't want to see Jake take over those institutions, which we already doing that anyway. And they say one of my jobs, now I work for a very, very big company, a very important company in Babylon the Great. And now it's starting to be majority Jake in there. That's never been like that. My year is working. So I see why this devil is so scared. They seeing them numbers, man. They hearing this truth. And now they know that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua exists. And it's terrifying to them. Very terrifying. And we loving it. We like, about time. We tired of living up under these devils. We're sick of it. So I'm loving it, man. They're starting to fight within ICE. That's a lesson. I'll get more into that. That's another lesson. But I'm hearing ICE is breaking down. They ain't getting the money they was promised. They not liking what they doing. Some dudes is questioning they upper levels. Like, hey, man, I don't think we doing a good thing. So this place is breaking down because they know if they keep up doing what they're doing, it's going to lead to civil war. And once civil war gets enacted over here, it's not going to go back to normal. It ain't going to be no go back. So this Revelation 18:1, it says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. In verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And that's happened, man. Babylon the Great is full of so many demonic people. I mean, so many demonic people, man. Hopefully, elect is very few, far and in between. The majority of these people, they're wicked. Why? Because the culture is wicked. So it is a habitation of devils. And that's why it's got to fall. This is not of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's true reflection. It's not showing his mercy, his grace, his righteousness. This place is not reflecting that. It's reflecting Satan. Because the Lord gave him jurisdiction to rule for a little bit. But now that little bit is over with. Gotta pay. And all these nations coming up against them, these other nations of countries and people. And why? Because of this right here. Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich. Through the abundance of her delicacies. See? She done made all the nations drunk with the wine. And what's that? All that false philosophy, man. That pseudoscience that Esau be spitting. Got the whole world going off. Now they're like, man, I'm not doing that no more. Matter of fact, forget that country. Forget Babylon the Great. That's the other countries starting to say now. They all getting their own little currency. Although we know all this going to collapse. It's going to go digital. It's going to go into a digital money to where they're going to use their data systems to surveillance everything. If you take the MOTB, they're going to know your whereabouts, how much credit you got, and they're going to know where you at. You're going to be tracked like cattle. And he needs that more control because it's so wide open, especially with this truth. It's hurting this devil's feelings, man. And it's destroying his kingdom. By something as subtle as relaying the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is destroying this devil's kingdom. And this devil know ain't no coming back from this. That's why I'm sitting there waiting on them to jump on Judah. Once they jump on Judah, it's going to be up. And they know it. It is going to be straight up. So I'm going to leave off with what's destroying Esau's kingdom. What's making it crumble. And it's this right here. You know, it's this truth. And it's 2nd Esdras 6:28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. So that's what it is. This truth is crumbling this kingdom. Why? Because it was built on lies. When the truth show up, lies, they fall to the side, man. Lies crumble when the truth show up. So that's what time it is, man. And that's what's going to destroy this wicked kingdom that we are currently living in. And Lord willing, it comes soon. Because we tired of living in this place. We tired of wickedness. We tired of looking at them in their face when we go to work. We tired of it. And so with that being said, I hope it's been edifying. I want to say Kwam, Yashar Allah, hey, and stay locked in, because Yahweh Shah is quickly on the way. Shalom.